You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Hey, Power Mientes, Gio Boy Almega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we got my boy back in the house. That's right. He is the commissioner of Indie Comics, man. He's the guy that was behind the Heroic Awards this year at C2E2. He is an amazing comic book creator in and of himself. I mean, with Orphan Bloodline. And today he has got big news in relation to that amazing comic book. Let me introduce the man, the myth, the legend himself, my boy, Mr. Rick Duree.
Hey, Al, how are you doing?
What's up, my brother? What's up? How are you?
Doing well, actually. This is a good time. This is a good year. Everything is going the way it should go. Progression, not perfection. Progression.
Yes. Moving forward. Like in Spanish, Hector, I will say pa'lante como un elefante. That means forward like an elephant. Let's go. Non-stop like you the juggernaut, baby. Let's rock out. So Rick, I mean, the last time you were here, we were talking about the amazing show that was the Heroic Awards that, obviously happened at C2E2, celebrating independent creators and comics. Job well done, had a lot of fun with that. And now already see that excitement is building towards the next opportunity that's coming up, with the Heroic Awards. So I'm excited to see that people are asking, pushing, can I submit? Oh my God, please. So I like seeing that energy. How about you?
Yeah. Lots of feedback. Lots of people sending in submissions for their books. 2024 has to be the year it's published, and you can submit it on. Go to our Heroic Awards on Facebook. You'll find the link there, and you can just submit your books. We'll have our judges. Last year we had over 100 judges, all categorized by their skill set, art or writing or what have you, lettering, and so you'll get professionals in the industry critiquing your work. And when you win, you're going to get the trophies, you're going to get the accolades, you're going to get the little emblem on your book on the bottom corner. It's really, really great. And the Indie Comic of the Year was, do you remember?
Oh, man. Not at this moment. I just smoked the blunt, Rick.
Few and Cursed. The Few and Cursed. Great book, great series. They had their 10th issue come out, and they're getting like $35,000, $45,000 each issue on Kickstarter. So I'm really proud of them and what they've been bringing to the indie community. We also, this is a big one, our number ones are winners, first place in all the different categories. Their first issues are going into an Antarctic Press graphic novel coming out right before Christmas. So we're going to have publication through the local comic shops for all these Heroic Award number ones coming this fall. It's really exciting.
Oh my God. See that's how you celebrate indie comics, folks, and definitely excited to seeing what's gonna be popping off 2025. You heard of the rules. Check Facebook. It's easy peasy Heroic Awards. There's only one when you can see that dope statue. Let me tell you, it is a gorgeous statue. And it could probably be used as a weapon. That's so heavy, but please don't do that.
Yeah, it's gonna you have one. Is it where's yours at right now?
Mine is at our beautiful studio in Connecticut, encased in a nice glass case. When people walk in, that's one of the first things they see. Let me tell you, they do ask questions. It is a piece that people ask. What they see is, ooh, what's that about?
Right, right.
So it's so beautiful. Yeah, people definitely do ask questions. It's a wonderful piece. All right, so
awesome.
So,
yeah. We actually had some of our winners ask for second and third trophies, right? Special order them and ship them out. One of them went to Belgium actually a month ago because they wanted more trophies for their other people who were in their production line for their winner book. So people they're supportive of this. It's a legit award. It's not popularity contest. It's not whoever pays. It's none of that.
It's not pay to play. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's every other award show, Rick. Every other award show, I love it. They tell me, "Hey, do you want to participate and be not?" I want the first time I ever looked into that, and they're telling me, "So you pay this much, pay to play." No, so I'm rewarding myself. You know,
Yeah, you're buying your own. You're buying your own award certificate.
you know, which is bullshit. So it's true. Heroic Awards is organic. It is real. It is by fans, for the fans, for the creators.
I think we had 35,000 unique votes for the People's Choice Award. That one is popularity, but we have 9 other awards, best writer, best comic, best publisher, best line art. It goes on and on. But there is one where you can interact, and we had 35,000 unique votes. I couldn't believe it.
Unique votes. Look at that. No double up votes, folks. Not like the regular American system. It is fair and the reverse when you vote there for the Heroic Awards.
Yeah, and guess what? The Heroic Awards isn't even why we're on the podcast, and that's all we can talk about.
No, but I just want to talk about that. It's going to lead into what's next, because I did mention, that you are an independent creator with a book called Orphan Bloodline, right? And you hit me up with this amazing announcement that a character of your book is going to be featuring in a video game. Holy shit. So before we get into the video game, talk about Orphan Bloodline, the character, and then let's jump into the game, because I got a dope PowerPoint and 2 videos to show you guys.
Yeah. So Ace is my character. He was orphaned because his parents were killed by the Bloodline, which is a secret society, because Ace has the powerful blood. He's part of the blood lineage, and his power comes from Thoth, the god, the Egyptian god. Everyone with a blood disorder in the world is related to that bloodline. If you have a blood disorder, in my alternate universe of Orphan Bloodline, your blood disorder can be turned into a blood power. And he does. He has these bracers that are put on him, and they absorb. He has too much metal in his blood. That's his problem. That's his blood disorder. It's called hemochromatosis. And so the microdialysis machines, they absorb the blood and then take the metal out and then put the blood back in, like a dialysis does. And then it takes the metal, compacts it in this little compactor in his palm into a micro bullet, and then he shoots them with rail guns, magnetic rail guns. So he has infinite ammo. As long as he eats food, he can keep processing the metal and making more micro bullets out of his palms. So super interesting, kind of like, I don't know, Hitman / Kung Fu artist / Spider-Man-esque of like orphaned and has to like fight against evil. Really cool premise. But then Ares, the artist, he's my new artist I have for issue number 3. He said, I'm making a video game. I also draw, but I also do video games. Can I use your character in my game? I'm like, well, yeah, you use away, sir.
Yeah.
Use away. And he's this is his game, Vigilante Combat, round 1. We do 1v1, we do 3v3. We do an arcade round where you go into the fight to the end, like the old Street Fighters, and you learn the history of the characters. We have, I think we have 20 different creators. All the characters come from independent creators, independent comic books. So all the ones you're seeing here are comic books from the indie market. They're not mainstream people. And Ares is so generous to help us get publicity and get our characters out there. And also, he gives us a cut of the Kickstarter too. So that's pretty good. That's pretty great.
Oh, wow. Nice. I see that. This is, it uses the Unreal Engine. Dope. On Steam, against, who doesn't have access to that platform?
Right.
Awesome. Yeah. And these characters are great. Check this out. Hey.
Yeah. We're going to have many different skins. We're going to have the backstories straight from the writers of the independent comics. We're going to have this megaverse is how he calls his universe. Ares.
No relation, guys. No relation to me. All right. It was happening to be called megaverse, which means it's going to be amazing anyway.
Right. There's lots of different verses out there. That's true. But yeah, we're all going to hopefully in the future. It's all we can do whatever we want, So maybe we make a spinoff where all of our characters are in the same universe for a certain reason, and we have a whole graphic novel about it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yes, do all that tie-in. And what about scenery such as this? Is this also related to the worlds of the characters involved?
Yeah, the backgrounds are made by Ares. The costumes are modulated from the comics artwork into what he could do digitally. The super moves, he consults us about what our character does for moves, but then he has to bring that into the game. So everything's based on a true story, but it has to be brought into the video game the best that we can do. So Ares, as you can tell, the graphics are top notch. The gameplay is a lot like Killer Instinct. If you remember Killer Instinct.
Oh, I think we have a sample. Let me check. This is the sample that I picked up over here. I'll check this out, folks.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I'll be moving around. All right, up, down, the body. All right. Yeah, easy peasy type.
And everybody has their own
you
weapon.
got reach with that. You could cheese with that character, keep your distance. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the graphics are so good. Ooh. And the combos, you can do, 50-hit combos too.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. I remember those days in Killer Instinct. We used to aim to get those murderous combos, 100 hitters, at least, and embarrass you in front of your friends.
Yeah. And as you can tell, this is in production. We're getting near the end where we can do an actual full-on demo, full-on all perfect. But this is what Kickstarters are for, right? They're for allowing us some compensation so we can build out what this great.
Yeah, right there you go. Yeah, you got some music stuff you want to
Special skill. Final blow.
That is so. Oh! I am digging the angles, man. What are we talking about here?
There's the blood and there's guns, and so it's more of like a Mortal Kombat level of graphic. It's full on real. It doesn't feel indie at all, in my opinion. If that's a thing, indie, it just feels real pro.
Oh, that looked fire. That gameplay was amazing. Yeah, the way it was moving around, absolutely. And the angles, it definitely has the old school fighter feel. I like the angle movement, the hits, the combos look great. Man, shit, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is getting a lot of traction, and we want people to go to the Kickstarter and sign up for early release. So you can know when we're getting it out there, and it'll be about a month for the holidays. We'll have the Kickstarter through the holidays. How's your holidays lining up for you, Almega? It's coming into September now. What are you doing for Halloween?
Oh man, I have no idea yet. All I know is that I got my brother's birthday, and he's a Halloween fanatic, so we do something horrifying. Then in the middle of the month, we got New York Comic Con. Then across the end of the month, we got Halloween. So a busy October. Let's see what could possibly go down. Again, I am in Massachusetts, and I am by a lot of farms, so they probably do some wild stuff in this town.
Yeah. Corn mazes are always great. My birthday is Saturday on the 28th. And
are you going to be 28, you said?
45, actually. It's a good number. It's a good number. My wife's bringing me to the scariest haunted house maybe in the Midwest. It's one of those ultra scary haunted houses, and there's 7 or 8 different themed sections of it. You have to go between sections. It's premium, and I'm happy to go with her and hide behind her. She can be my protector.
Yeah, I'm thinking it. It's gonna be funny. Hey, baby, what's that?
Yeah, go find that out for me.
Yeah. Okay, and look at the graphic here. So this is the character that we saw in the kind of the 3D model, if you will. This looks full color because there's the character with the sword and the capes looks the same. So look at that now in full color, folks, in this bar. See, I like this.
And it's 2v2. You can see that how there's 2 players on both sides. We do the 3v3. There's a lot of different variants. Now this is cool though. In version 2.0, this is not part of the Kickstarter, but in the next Kickstarter, we'll have the open world. Kind of like, think of like Infamous 2, where you're running around and you're using your magic powers or your superpowers and you're fighting villains or whatever in the city. That's coming. It's being built currently. You can see on some of our test videos on the Facebook page, but It'll be done for version 2, and that just brings in more story. I think fighting games that have a story are way better than just the fighting. Car games are way better when there's a story versus just driving. So we're definitely doing that.
Oh man, and you can incorporate a whole universe, be beyond that with the comics and graphic novel, a united indie universe, if you will. Doing some pretty good things yearly or something, an event, if you will. That would be really, really dope. Again, look at this. Look at that. What?
Yeah, this is actually part of the test for us to be in the world and doing our moves together and fighting the villains. This is part of that version 2. But again, that won't be ready for the first Kickstarter. I do want to tell you some of the characters we have. Vexa from Metal Shade by Isaac Bell, one of the best indie comic creators on all of the internets. His character Vexa is really cool. She's in there. Spectre and Samedi from Crit, C-R-I-T, that comic book series by Chris Seloff. Love that guy. He's doing great work. Reyna, if you know the comic book, Reyna with the Nordic Viking girl with an axe. She's in the comic. Creator is Ryan Cummins. Trash Panda and Spider Squirrel, they're in there. They're by Charlie McElvey. Charlie's been doing indie comics for a long time. So we have good people. We have some big names. We have some big characters. And of course, there'll be an open slot or two for the Kickstarter. If you are an indie creator and you want your character in there and you're willing to put the cash in to afford Ares to build your character out, get your character in there, get some publicity, be part of the team.
Oh, man. I wish I could make one of my Crusaders in there and beat everybody's ass.
This is like a tentative list. Of course, it'll be a little bit different, a little bit changing. We're just growing. We're adding and taking away as we have to.
And look who's there at the top. Holy shit. Ace himself making it. So how did you feel when you first saw your character alive on screen like that as a video game?
Okay, so I'm going to give you the good and the bad, all right? I have not told Ares this. This is total. If he watches this, he'll be surprised, okay? So first off, I realized that translating it into a graphic video game, it's a little bit different. He looks different than he does in the comic in my eye because you have it transition there. So the artist has to be able, myself, the creator, has to be able to allow for some variance to do these crossovers, whether it's with other creators in a crossover comic or if it's going to a video game like this. We have to, as creators, allow our art to be in the wild. And that's okay. Number one. Number two, though, yeah, it was awesome. There were a lot of cool parts. How he did the guns was better than I did it. How he did the hair was better than I did it. So he actually improved the character in several ways, even though I had to let go of the reins and let go of the authority and let him do it. It ended up being for the better.
But look at what a cast of characters here. I mean, and that's only the beginning, folks. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun, apparently. I mean, and if you could add, I mean, look at that. Yeah. There's room for more. Like, what's the top number max for the first round, if you will, of characters?
I think we're going to max it out at 16 plus secondary characters. So I don't know what the end result is. Is it 24? I don't know, but I do know there's some extra couple slots for the Kickstarter. I know that.
Okay. Excellent. And is there, again, an ETA for the Kickstarter and for people to actually have a full playable copy available on Steam?
So the Kickstarter is going to go live in October. We weren't sure if it was September or October, but, development takes time. It's always 3 times more money and 3 times longer than you expect for anything coding wise. But as you see, we're coming along real strong. And so now we're going to go live, I think, in October. They'll go on for 30 days. So now we're into November. I bet the game comes out early 2025. That's my guess.
Early 2025. Great. Just in time for the pack season and whatnot. I mean, I look at that Spectre and somebody. They look great. I mean, what about the other? I mean, are you guys having like meetings with all the comic book creators just to get the reactions of them seeing their characters? Because now I'm curious how they feel, if they feel even the same in regards to how they look, for example.
The creators love it. Everybody, nobody's had anything negative to say. The creators all love it. There are some creators that are more active in spreading the word than others, and this is a team effort. And if you're going on podcasts and you're posting on Facebook groups like I do to help Aries out in this game succeed, then you're part of the team. But if you're just giving them your character and then going to sleep, it's not going to really work. We need to really be in a community here as indie comic creators and really help each other out. And if we don't spread the word, then what are we doing here? I mean, we have to get the voice out.
Absolutely agreed. Again, I always say that the term "it takes a village" to not justify the children. That applies to your projects and everything. It does take a village of supportive people, other creators working together in unison to make the project, build up and be beautiful. And see, folks, look how easy that is. So how dope those things are, right? You saw this game, all right? It's coming. It's coming. That link is where you stay tuned at facebook.com/official megaverse. Right?
not the fake megaverse, right? The official one.
The official one. But this is where it's at, baby. I mean, comic books, gaming, a good time. This is what we need right here, right now. As always, Rick doing wonderful things for the independent community, working with indie. Like, what is this about indie, Rick? I mean, let them know that you're so passionate about. What up, D? How you doing?
Well, let me tell you. So I do go to local comic shops. My day job has me flying across the country every week, and I go to local shops in whatever town that I land in. And I've watched this about myself. I go straight to. I say, hey, do you have anything local? I say, okay, do you have anything indie? Do you have any graphic novels that I can just jump in for $10 or $20? I can jump in and get into a story that's 6 issues deep. I'm into it for story. And I don't believe, maybe I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong, but I just don't believe that the big 2 publishers are giving us the best stories. I just don't think so.
I know.
And so for me, I want to get the story that's going to surprise me and be different and stand out. And I get used to new characters and new powers and new cultures. So the indie creations are where it's at. Now, is the art 100% as great? Well, it's probably not. It's a step down. But the stories are way better. So you got to take what you can get. These people are trying their best to create some great work. And of course, if you're winning a heroic award, yours is already equal or beyond those top 2 publishers. But most indie is going to be trying hard to bring new and great stories. And we're coming into Halloween here. I haven't seen anything better in the stories than indie comics. Indie comics has the best horror and thriller stories. I would not take anything from the big 2 over what indie comics creates when it comes to this Halloween season right now.
100,000% on that.
Yeah.
Indie is where that for horror on all and every scale. The big 2 is going to give you, the branded little stories and little adventures. I mean, who wants to see a Batman Halloween story again? You know what I mean?
Batman. I love Batman, but
it's just
it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss for me sometimes. So I go straight to the indie comic. That's where my passion is. That's where the good stories are at. And Comic-Cons, I call this out to anybody. When you go to Comic-Con, you mentioned New York City Comic-Con. When you go, bring some cash and lay it down for these creators because you want to support them. Yeah, they're going to give you their books. You're going to read them. You're going to have a good time with that. But you also are keeping the energy alive. Comics is a tough business, baby. Comics is tough. And we need our people who love this culture to be part of it, both with their voice and their dollars and their feet and their energy.
Absolutely agreed again. And I do see that, at least in New York Comic Con, that artist alley is popping. And that's why I really like that show so much, because it does actually show that creators matter, gives them a huge space, and the fans are definitely mobbing that particular area of the show. So it does make me happy to see creators very busy. I have not heard one bad thing from a creator about if they got traffic or not. Some complaints mostly come from the publisher area. They put me in a shitty corner. But when it comes to Artist Alley, a whole different story. Definitely the creators there are getting their spotlight and their shine.
Yeah.
Hope you get to go out there, Rick.
And some of the pricing for these tables are getting too much too. What do you say about that, Al? What do we do for? I mean, creating a con is very expensive. We were talking about it for the Heroic Awards next year. We were talking about it. It's just very pricey. Well, how do we keep the prices for tables low if the price to create a con is so expensive?
Yeah. Well, things to think about. Maybe get some heads out there. You hear the conversation here, folks. You want to help indie, do something awesome and special, but how can we keep the cost down? Make it fair for everyone. Again, the makers to make a little profit is fine, but for the indies, be able to get a table at a low cost, be able to sell their wares and maybe make up their cost. Day one, hour one, that would be great. It'll get figured out. It can and it will be, because we have folks like Rick, myself, and there's a whole bunch other people out there that really do care about this industry and do want to see a lot of people succeed. But again, it does take a village, but we could definitely all eat. That is not a lie. We can. So, Rick, so outside of the Megaverse, which is where people need to check out, man, any details? Are you doing anything? Maybe we could see you, maybe pick up copies of Orphan Bloodline, learn more about the character, your universe, and the game in person?
This is weird. For my Orphan Bloodline comic series, Ares is going to be my artist going forward. And so there's a chance that I have him redraw the first two books that I already have published in his art style. And I've been sitting here thinking about that. And for the last maybe 6 months, I've been thinking, is this something I should do? And I'm rewriting the intro of the very beginning of the first issue. What do you think, Al, about indie creators like me who are putting a couple books out and then we want to go back and redo some things? Should we do that or just let sleeping dogs lie? Or what's your advice?
Well, again, you learn, right? You learn new things from the moment that you did the book. Time has passed. You rethink things, you get new opportunity. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You leave that original edition as the OG 1.0, and this is the 2.0 version. It's a number one, but it's a 2.0. You make it clear. It's like, this is an update of the original edition. But I see nothing wrong with that, especially since, again, as a creator, you learn. And maybe you miss some points that you wish were in that first one. So why not? If you have the opportunity and time has passed already, for me, it's like doing a reboot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay, and it's your baby anyway. So, if you see that there's things that you should have done right, if you're able to correct them, go for it.
I look back on like Tank Girl or Hellboy or Rocket Raccoon, and they came out, and maybe I'm misremembering, but I think they came out by a different publisher and a different artist. And then after they took off with the first couple issues, they were taken over by a bigger publisher and they were redone in some way. So I remember that happening with some characters. So I don't think it's unheard of, but most people that give me advice say, just forget about it and keep moving forward. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still wondering.
Man, update it, man. Show people the 2.0. Fuck yeah, why not? Again, for me, it's you improving the character, the story, and then it makes that first one a little bit more special. You know what I mean? Because again, there's never reprint that OG story ever again. Whatever's out there becomes a collector edition. Again, this is the OG format. People start comparing and start talking. I think it's a conversation piece.
It could be. And conversations are what make sales for indie creators. If you get people talking about it, then you're gonna make some money. And hopefully we can sell some of these at NYCC.
Yeah, and more than that. And folks, again, this is where you guys gotta visit. You gotta follow the game on Facebook, right? For the official Megaverse, a wonderful game, independent characters. It's a Kickstarter. There's gonna be space for creating characters too. So you guys that are creators that are interested in seeing your character come to life, and kicking ass, we'll get their ass kicked, depends who's playing, right? Go check out the official Megaverse on Facebook. And please show love to my big homie over here. Visit his website. Check out these books. Get them while they're hot. Because if he does this reboot, man, you're going to regret not having the OG to compare to. Check that out at orphanbloodline.com. Show that love. And of course, the Heroic Awards Facebook page. Stay tuned, for announcements and things that are going on with that. And for you people that want to submit, there's a lot of information there. It's going to be fun. Rick, any last words of advice, man? For the folks out there, for our fellow indie people.
Yeah, best advice right here. Almega's the bomb. Almega's the best.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Folks, you know what it is. Please stay tuned to Comic Crusaders, but most important, support amazing independent creators like the commissioner right here, the big boss, Rick Duree. You know, check it out. It's Vigilante Combat. It is Bloodline, man. You're going to see Ace and a whole lot more. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. You know what it is. Wepa!
Wepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.